Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Starting in the name of Allah, who is most merciful and beneficial. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I am your teacher, Divya Mazhar from Fuzaya Inter College, Minhas. Welcome to your science class. Okay, let us discuss today's topic of the day. Yes, dear students, today's topic of the day is mistakes are proof that you are trying. Yes, if you sometimes done mistakes, it's mean that you are going to try out. And when you are going to try something new, then definitely some type of mistakes could be happen. So don't afraid from doing or making mistakes because it helps you and it proves that you are going to try. So never ever put yourself down because mistakes are proof that you are trying. Okay. So this is the topic for 2 minutes talk for you students. Cleanliness is half of the faith. Okay, now today we are going to study about our new topic, which is unit number 1, lesson number 10, and the topic name is using keys. As you see in this picture, in this image, that there is a key related to invertebrates, and let us discuss how these keys are useful and what type of the keys in which we have to distinguish between the different characteristics of plants and animals, or you can also say vertebrates or invertebrates. So dear students, we have seen how keys work using people and different objects. Here is an invertebrate key. Yes. So let us read it out and find out that how it is used and what characters we should add in our key to find out our solution. Yes, as you see that there is written start here, we have a one question in our mind, that is, has it got legs? It can be anything, but you must remember, must learn that it is an invertebrate key, so you have to find out our invertebrate group. So the question is, has it got legs? So two possible answers are there. First one is no, and the second one is yes. If your answer is no, then which character you will go on? Yes, here is another character, that is, has its body got several parts, or you can also say segments. So again, two answers are there. First of all, no, and second one is yes. And if we are going to study about no, then again there is a question, and question is that has it got a shell? If the invertebrate body is not converted into segments, then maybe it have a shell. And if you say yes or no, and no will lead you to a specific name of the invertebrate, which is named as slug. So slugs has got a shell and their body is without legs and without segments. So this is your answer, that which invertebrate is which has no legs. So it is a slug. Okay, come to words yes. If the body is converted into segments or several parts, then it is a worm because worms have segmented body. On the other hand, if there is a shell on the body, then you can definitely find out that snail has a shell on the body which covers them and help them to protect from enemies. Okay, let us discuss this side. Has it got legs? If the animal or the insect has legs and your answer is yes, then we will talk about the quantity of legs. That is, has it got 6 legs? So if you say no and yes, and no will lead you to another question, that is, has it got 8 legs? Then it will convert it into no. Then again there is a question, that has it got an oval or shaped body? So if your answer is again no, there is again a question, has it got one pair of legs for each segment of its body? So now at the end you will guess out the answer that this is a millipede which has one pair of legs for each segment. If there are hundred or thousands segments on the body, then each segment have a one pair of legs. On the other side, if we consider yes, then it is does its body only have one part? Again, there are two answers, no or yes. If you have said no, then your answer will be spiders because their body does not have only one part, it is divided into three parts: head, thorax, and abdomen. On the other side, if you say yes, then your answer would be harvestman because it has only one part of the body, that is its mouth, and connected with the legs. On the other side, if you talk about the oval shaped body, then your answer is yes, it is a wood louse because its body is exactly an oval shaped. At that side, if you say that body is got one pair of legs for each segments of its body, and you say yes, then it is a centipede because it contains one segment at each pair. On the other side, millipede has so many segments and so many legs in each segment. So, dear students, this is the way to read out a invertebrate tree, and these are the questions that you ask again and again to reach a specific answer. So here it is also left behind. If you say that has it got six legs, yes, then it is an insect. Turn over to work out which one. So you will know easily that which insect you will go further to move it on, and then you will know that which type of insect it is. So this is the way through which we can study an invertebrate key, and this is the way to use a key if you want to study it. Okay, here is another example of a numbered key, and it is for leaves for different plants, and there are different hints, and numbering is given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And each number has two type of questions. The first one is needle leaves, the second question is non-needle leaves, and you have to know that after question number 2, a part as needles are clustered and needles are in singlets. So question number 3 has again two parts: simple leaves, or you can say compound leaves. Question number 4 has again two options: smooth edged leaf or jagged edged. Question number 5 is again two parts: leaf edged is smooth or leaf edged is low. Six has again two parts: leaf edge is small and tooth-like, leaf edge is large and thorny. The last one is leaflets attached at one single point and leaflet attached at multiple points. There are options given at A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H, and you have to find out which one it is. For example, needles are clustered, so it is the answer is pine. And where is the pine tree? Yes, here it is the pine, example of a pine, because their needle-like leaves are clustered in the form, and they are not separated or not in the form of singlets. On the other hand, if we talk about the spruce plant, then its leaves are at the singlets, this one. So this is a way through in which we study about the numbered keys for leaves, and it is sometimes also known as dichotomous leaf because these all plants are dichotomous through seed leaves plant. Okay, how to classify vertebrates? This is another example for classification of vertebrates. If you talk about vertebrate classes, then you must think about two important characters. The first character is has fur, and the second character is no fur. If you talk about fur, then automatically you will know that the animals which have fur on the body are mammals. And on the other side, if you talk about the no fur, then it will be feathers or no feathers. Yes. So if it has feathers, then it is related from the group of birds. On the other hand, if there are no feathers, then it is divided into again some different groups. The first one is reptiles, and if it is with no gills in adults, then it is amphibians, and if it is gills in adults, then it is a group of fish. So mammals, fish, amphibians, reptiles, and birds, five vertebrate classes are going to classify like this in a key. How to classify animal kingdom? Yes. If you talk about an animal kingdom, just like that, you write on the upper side of the key. First question is about animal kingdom. It is divided into two parts, vertebrates and invertebrates. Then you will write out backbone, and on this side you will write out no backbone. Now you will think about that which animals have backbone and write their names like the branches of the trees, just like as written in this picture: fish, amphibians, birds, mammals, reptiles. You can also write different questions for them to identify or to guess. On the other side, if they have no backbone, then you can write again in one, two, three, four. Four major groups of invertebrates: cnidarians, worms, arthropods, and mollusks. And arthropods are divided into again one, two, three, four, five groups. So millipedes, centipedes, arachnids, crustaceans, and insects. So these are the groups which are again divided into subgroups. And this is the way to divide an animal kingdom in the form of a branching key. Here is also a numbered key in which different insects are given: butterfly, snail, crab, worm, spider, and there are some of the questions related to them. Does it have a shell? If it is shell, then you will automatically know that it is number two, which is snail. You can also write number with them: one, two, three, four, and five. After that, if it is no shell, then you can say as it is a crab, or sorry, it is a spider because it has no shell. Again, the different questions are given here one by one related to legs, related to their shell, and you can find out their answers one by one. This type of key is known as numbered key. Now this is for you students. You have to explain it in during. You have explained well in the class. Now during this lesson, you will also do at your home, so you can understand how to read and how to use a vertebrate key. And now this is homework for today. Draw a branching key for vertebrates. You have to draw on your notebooks with colorful marker, and you can also draw the pictures of animals, and draw a very neat and clean branching key for vertebrates. Hope you will understand this topic. Inshallah, in tomorrow class we will do assessment exercises and discuss about them. Thank you so much, and Allah Hafiz.